Hello and welcome to another tips and tricks video. I want to talk about rails once again, since there are still some things I want to show you guys. This video will mostly contain contraptions that use minecarts. Of course, there are way more contraptions that you can build with rails and minecarts. I just want to show you some that I personally like. So let's get started. Before we start with some contraptions, I want to add one or two things that I forgot to mention in my rail guide. Minecarts are able to snap through soul sand and mud to a rail that is placed below those blocks. This can be used to get rid of the minecarts without having a hole in the floor where the player could fall into. Alright, let's start real easy here. This is a very basic smelter design. We use rails and hopper minecarts to evenly distribute items among the furnaces. The hopper minecarts grab items out of the chests and go over the hoppers that lead into the furnaces. We have one track for the items you want to smelt and one track for the fuel of the furnaces. Below the furnaces we have a row of hoppers that lead into a chest where you can collect your smelted goods. Next up we have a classic minecart unloader. This is mostly used below farms to collect drops and store them into a chest. I am simulating the drops here with a chest to showcase how it works. The hopper here at the end leads into our storage chest. The hopper minecart will continue to go back and forth when it is empty. But it will stop above the hopper when it has collected some items. It will then stay above the hopper until it's empty again. After that, it will continue to travel. And this is the new 1.19 hopper minecart unloader designed by Ilmango. It just breaks the hopper minecart with a lava-filled cauldron right here, causing every item it collected to drop at once. The minecart ends up in the hopper to get placed again on the track, while the items end up on the rail on the right side. You can waterlock the rail there to flush away the drops into your storage. It will continue to send the hopper minecart on its way, but it can be turned off by powering the node block. Now to the counterpart, the Minecart Loader. It loads a certain amount of items into the minecart before it gets released again. This works by comparing the amount of items in the hopper with the ones in the hopper minecart. The fence on the sticky piston keeps the minecart in place until the minecart has more items loaded than the hopper. This is not completely programmable, since the hopper minecart will collect more items until it's no longer under the chest. But it still is pretty reliable. Okay, let's talk about the controversial things, the dupers. I actually can't really explain how they work, I just know they do. When you build one of those, you have to build them like this, with two L-like shapes of slime, a wall block at the end, with a TNT block below it. The crucial part is the coral fan and of course a detector rail and a minecart. You can power the piston in any way you want, and every time it retracts, the TNT gets duped. As you can see, the TNT block now moved right below the detector rail, which is necessary to ignite it. But you can't build the duper this way, right away, it would blow up. I was actually debating if I add this or not, cause I don't really like it. But I'm here to show you stuff. So this is a rail duper. Just two solid blocks with redstone on top, a piston, an observer and two slime blocks. You can place any rail you want on top, and when you flick the lever it dupes the rails on top of the slime blocks. Let's get back to some nicer stuff for your survival world. Here we have a train station that sends you out of the minecart when you arrive. It breaks the incoming minecart with lava and sends it back to the dispenser here. You always have a minecart ready to go. Just hop in and press the button. You get sent off and a new minecart gets placed. When you come back to the station, you automatically get out of the minecart and can continue to do the stuff you do. It is designed to be placed next to a wall and is flush with the floor. The redstone for this is not too complex. The button sends its signal to the redstone below, depowering the redstone torch. This places a new minecart once the redstone torch turns on again. The button also powers the powered rail next to the dispenser. The detector rail powers the activator rail. There's a normal rail between them to make sure you only get out of the minecart when you come to the train station. The incoming minecart can travel through this block here into the lava to get broken. This way we can somewhat hide this part of the train station. This one is one of my personal favorites, an automatic zombie fire. It detects when a villager is turned into a zombie and sends him off as soon as he is a zombie. We do that with a string in front of an observer, right here. The observer briefly powers the sticky piston, causing it to retract the redstone block here. By that, the powered rail gets depowered and the piston here extends to hold the villager in place. When the villager turns into a zombie, his hitbox in a minecart gets smaller, causing the observer to give another signal, reverting everything. Let me demonstrate this real quick. Have a look at the height of the villager before and after turning into a zombie. You can also speed up the process by giving the zombie an enchanted sword. In my rail guide I showed you guys this piston bolt design, but there are actually better ones around nowadays. This is the so-called Demi Bold designed by Inspector Talon. A piston bolt is a contraption that pushes minecarts with pistons to move them faster than they would on powered rails. This design is easier to build and to repair and costs less resources. It uses the mechanic that minecarts snap to close by rails. If you want to learn more about this awesome contraption, go and visit his channel. I linked his Demi-Bolt video in the video description. Okay, that was the last showcase I got for you guys in this video. I hope you enjoyed the video, maybe even saw something new or learned a thing or two. Leave a like if you did and consider subscribing. Also, go check out the links in the video description. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see more videos like this one, maybe a redstone beginner's guide or something like that. Until next time, bye bye!